BWOne here from BWOne. Welcome to another Deal With It. This one, I'm talking about cord cutters. Is really cord cutting the best idea to do? I was thinking about this for a second. We always hear people talking about, I'm cutting my cable, cutting the cable companies, I'm going with all online subscription services or adjusting things around, and I only watch so much of this. I don't watch all this channels on TV. I'm just gonna cut the cord and go to Netflix or Hulu and so on and so forth. You guys kind of get the idea there. I was sort of thinking about this, and is that necessarily the best idea? What kind of brought it to mind here a little bit was with this past weekend I was watching, you guys know I'm a bit of a wrestling fan, so I was watching WWE Battleground. That was on. The pay-per-view came on, and I have the WWE network, so it was only $10 a month, and I get to watch the pay-per-views and all the other content that they have on there as well too. But the key thing is I get the pay-per-views, you know, included into that, all 12 all year. So I'm watching this, and I'm sitting there thinking about this, and really, if this product model really proves successful, really successful, in essence now it's doing okay now here in the United States, but once it hits the international level and it starts getting to that 1 million or 2 million subscribers that are paying to watch just WWE Network based content and everything within there, what's really preventing other companies from doing this very similar stuff? And a lot of them are already kind of pseudo doing this, but really copying that model exactly. I can see something with the UFC doing that. I can see the NFL doing that with NFL Network, essentially. Let's say that they do something like that. We know we have stuff like NBA League Pass, and I think NHL has something similar, and MLB has something similar as well too. They could adjust their models, do something very similar in this regard as well. To add to that, imagine if everyone did this. You know, HBO decided to jump into doing this. You know, Fox, NBC, CBS, ABC, all these networks decide jumping into sort of a paywall. Maybe they have sort of a free level, but then they have everything behind a paywall to get all the TV content from that particular network, and that's how you kind of go about it. Now, imagine that the pricing model is maybe $9.99 a month. It might drop down a little bit more as more competition comes down, because they're all going to compete against each other. ABC, CBS, Fox are all going to fight against one another to get you to subscribe to their network to view their content, and and pay to go behind that paywall. Let's say it drops down maybe $2.99, $3.99 a month, whatever the case may be. And let's say you don't want to lose things on TV. Let's say you want to. You have the option of getting, a la carte, which a lot of people have been asking for. So you want to get your ESPN, your ABC, your USA Network, your NBC. Some of these are companies that own others, but let's say they a la carte them out where you can't just buy one and get the umbrella of the rest of them. Let's say you get Showtime, NBC, Fox, and so on, and you have to pay subscriptions for each one of those, Netflix, Hulu, and so on. It ends up adding up to a pretty much probably what you're paying, or what you could be paying right now for cable, and you're essentially getting half the channels that cable kind of gives you, which is more than channels, but those are channels that you claim that you're not watching. But at the same time, when you watch any of these networks, are you watching all the shows that are on the networks? You're probably watching one or two things. There's some people that probably buy Netflix just to watch the few Netflix-based shows that are on there, but are they watching other stuff that's on there that's been included? I mean, this could obviously change over time, more stuff could come, but think about that for a second. You're paying already this much to watch a few things, and you can binge watch it this days because we're on demand. And then what are you going to watch the rest of the time? Do you watch nothing? Think about that. Will free TV always be around? Especially if it goes to this model, will free TV in itself sort of die out a little bit because they can't sustain that, because everyone's going to this pay model because everybody wants to go and watch on the internet through streaming and such like that, and which is always kind of awkward because this is something that Mark Cuban kind of said. I remember him saying this. He was talking about people wanting to take all this content and shove it down a very small pipe, which is internet bandwidth, versus what kind of goes through the cable, sort of, which is a much bigger pipe, where they can push more content down at much better quality. Obviously, things are changing and improving that way, but think about that. That could turn into that, and all of a sudden we're back into the same space again, where all of a sudden cable is looking like the better deal in the end, because you're getting all this a la carte. You're not worried about a la carte. You're kind of getting everything at a good value. If you think about it, if it turns into that. So it's really cutting the cable the answer, or realistically, what we're really looking for is a true on-demand service. At any point, anytime, we want anything that we could possibly want to watch right then and there. Click, boom, and it's done. And we don't have to want to worry about paywalls and behind these subscription fees and these fees and that fees. We just want to get it now, and don't have to worry about companies delaying things and doing and putting restrictions on things. You just want to go boom, get it done, and that's it. Think about that for a second, because that's a similar model that's already kind of happened to the music industry. It's kind of that's what people eventually said. We went from downloading music and doing songs and singles to turning into streaming with Pandora Radio, and more streaming services now coming out, and things like Google Music, which can give you your own library plus streaming their library, and radio-like functionality as well too. We already asked for it on demand. We want to be able to play the song we want to right here, right now, and right this very second. And really that's supplied by those streaming services, and also YouTube as well too, because a lot of that stuff's uploaded there as well. Video and TV and film looks like it's probably gonna go that same way. And if it goes in that direction, we probably want to make sure we get the right model behind that. So I don't know if cutting the cord is going to be the best solution for that, because that might turn into we're paying more than what we're supposed to, or is it sort of supporting and waiting for the cable companies maybe to get to that, maybe pushing them towards that type of model. I don't know. This is one of my thoughts that I kind of thought about on here, and I want you guys to share your thoughts on it. Is cutting the cable the best idea possible? So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Also, be sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up, helps us out. Share this along with all your friends, social networks, and so on that might find this video cool and useful. And also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. Here we do tech related videos all the time here at BWOne, so definitely check that out. We try to give you the highest quality possible, obviously. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, become a fan of our Facebook fan page. Our social networks are below, and we have a main website at BWOne.com. Be sure to check that out. And if you don't like my opinion, whether you like it or not, on this whole thing about cutting the cable, you got to deal with it.